So here we go. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Carol Bryant from Nota Bene Cellars, and this is our 6th episode of tasting our 2017 vintage wine. To my left is my husband, Tim Narby, who is also the winemaker at Nota Bene Cellars, and to my right is my son, Ryan Narby, who is our editor and in-house comedian. And on Zoom is our foreign correspondent. I call New York City foreign, I apologize, but she's in Brooklyn, tasting wine from Brooklyn. And I will give her, just join her, as we've said in the previous videos. She only has one of the wines we are tasting today because we only sent her a few of the wines. So today she has the Dineen Cab, correct?
Yeah.
We are tasting
Kimberly.
I'm sorry, I didn't identify. We're tasting 2 wines today. We are tasting
one daughter.
Absolutely. We're tasting 2 wines today. One is Dineen Cab, 100% Cab from Dineen Vineyard, and the other is Ciel Du Cheval Merlot. It's 100% Merlot from Ciel Du Cheval Vineyard. And Tim, tell us more about these 2 wines and what we should look for in our tasting.
Okay, let's start pouring them. Let's pour on the left, let's pour the Merlot, and on the right, let's pour the Cab.
I'm pouring the Cab first, because that's the one I picked up.
So 2 very distinguished vineyards here. Ciel Du Cheval has been our flagship location for sourcing grapes for a long time. Our first vintage was 2001, and Ciel Du Cheval was among the vineyards that we sourced from in 2001. And to this day, we are sourcing from Ciel Du Cheval, and we're very happy to have them. Ciel Du Cheval is located on Red Mountain, and it's about midway up the mountain across from Cayana. So let's pick up these wines here, and I would go for the Merlot first.
Okay.
I'm going to taste what I have.
One of the interesting things we can do is compare and contrast not only locations, but these 2 big Bordeaux grapes. Ciel Du Cheval is historically making big tannic wines, but Dineen Vineyard is also making big wines. We are sourcing this Cab from Catherine's Block, which is located a little bit, I'd say about a quarter of a mile from Cheyne Road. And so we've been sourcing Cab and Cab Franc from Catherine's Block. And I think that every year it just seems to get better and better, and we're really enjoying the flavors that we're getting off of there.
I'm not getting anything from the Merlot right now.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
I just don't taste much.
it needs time. It's
both of
going to
these
be around for a long time.
Both of these wines are a bit tight
Mhm.
today.
Yeah.
And
Agree.
of course it could be our palates too.
I did forget we were doing this, so I did not.
Prep for it?
No.
Yeah, we should always have clean palates when we start these tastings.
I think I'm getting a little bit more fruit out of the CL, the Dineen Cab, the Cab, than I did out of the Merlot.
I can smell more from it, but my palate's just...
So people have struggled a lot to distinguish the difference between Merlot and Cab.
Mhm.
Could either of you add anything to the difference?
The Merlot seemed a lot softer. When I first tasted it, it was not as fruit forward.
So historically, Merlot has been distinguished as being a softer, smoother wine without the big harsh tannins of a Cab.
Yeah, I'm not about that at all.
But some people really like the big harsh tannins of Cab.
Mhm.
And in the long run, as the Cabs age, they can turn into just glorious wines. And so historically, Merlot has been marketed as a soft, quaffable, young wine.
Quaffable. Now there's a word for you.
How about gluggable?
I like that one.
I do think that the Merlot is a bit softer,
Mhm.
but so they share their,
So
the flavor profile is really similar.
I'm finding, even though I find this more fruit forward, that this seems richer to me, and I'm not sure why. I don't know whether it's just because it's
Well,
tight.
that's all you need to say. That's very good. I think it's very perceptive, and that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, go on.
Oh, thank you. It's interesting saying something softer, and yet this is more fruit forward. This is softer, but this is more fruit forward. I would sort of think if you got something more fruit forward, that would make it softer, but apparently not.
So this wine could very well open up over the next couple of hours or 5 hours or this evening.
Right.
And that's one thing we're going to look forward to.
Are you guys going to take these bottles down this evening?
No,
We're not. We're going to keep these here, and we're going to try them again all night long.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So
That's
Do you
our
think
plan.
that the Cab has more tannins than the Merlot? Is that what you're...
So tannins, express themselves, chemically in a number of different ways, but particularly taste-wise, they're a tactile astringency is what you call it. So a lot of people mix up dry and astringency. Dry just means there's no sugar. Astringency gives you a dryness in your mouth, and what happens is the tannins bind with your saliva, and they take all your saliva away. So there's a grittiness in your mouth. And I mean, some people say, "Oh my gosh, this is just grinding my teeth away." There's all kinds of interesting wine expressions for tannin and astringency. And I don't think that this is over the top tannic, either of these.
No.
I do think that both of them express that. And that really helps in the aging of the wine.
Yeah.
I
These
really
will be
think,
around for a long time.
yes, and I think that these are
Yeah,
both elegant wines that are going to be ageable in your cellar.
I think I really like wines with tannins and astringency.
Good.
And I'm not getting that from the Merlot, and I think that just
It is softer. It is softer, and it's we can look at the chemistry on these.
Oh yes.
So let's look at pH
on our back label.
So what is the pH?
So pH
3.72
on the Merlot.
Now, what kind of units are those? Oh, that's what is pH? Are there units for pH?
That's the units.
Wait, 3.72 units of pH.
Google, look up in Google sometime. How the units are expressed. So it's 0 to 14.
So how does it compare?
It's a scale, but it's probably named after some dude.
Yeah,
I
forget his name.
And what's the?
I'm sure I've heard
comparison?
It may be
3.94.
What if it was a woman?
The cap's 3.
It could also have been a woman who worked for a man, and then the man got.
So higher.
Higher the pH, the less acidity.
Now, where are wines on the pH scale?
Wines are very tight, from about 3.0 to 4.0.
Okay. Oh, so this is really basic.
And which one is that? What is that?
The cap.
3.94.
Yeah. See? Well, now that's interesting because all of the tannins don't express themselves as much the higher the pH goes. Lately, we've become more comfortable with higher pHs. When I first started making wine, cabs, all reds had to be pH 3.5, no higher than that, or you would lose points. The thought was you would lose flavor, you would lose ageability, you would lose acidity. So in other words, you couldn't pair it with foods as well. I think that higher pH wines are very interesting, and this is one of the reasons I'm exploring them. And it takes years to see how they actually express themselves in the cellar and on your table.
What's your lowest pH wine that you've ever made?
I don't remember. So that's a good question.
You should have an Excel table.
Yeah,
we should. Okay, that's some homework for you too.
That actually is. I will do that.
Man,
Give me all the stats of all your wines, and I will put them on an Excel table.
It's on our website. You can clean them for
I'll do that.
Yeah.
How much will you pay me?
So
will you pay me one rent?
Nothing.
Kimberly, do you like this wine for a month? Do you like the cab?
I do like it. I think it's opening up.
Yeah.
It's getting better with time.
Oh, my Merlot has changed. Just what I'm saying.
Yeah, I actually like the cab less.
Uh-oh.
He's such a fickle fellow.
All right, now I'm done with both of them. My palate's done.
I don't know. Don't change my opinion. This is really rich and dry, and this one is more fruity, but not quite as rich. So thank you very much. Good Memorial Day weekend.
Where is that? We're done?
Well, you're shuffling off your wine.
And then let's talk about it ending.
All right.
Jeez.
We should figure out an ending before these things.
Yeah, we should.